Hey y'all, welcome to week 30 of my pregnancy vlogs. I am 30 weeks and 4 days today. This week has been a very eventful week for my pregnancy. And it's just amazing pretty much to know that we only have 5 to 7 weeks before the twins will be here. And it's kind of, reality is slowly sitting in that I'm going to be a mother of 5 before long. And that I'm going to have 5 mouths and 5 crying kids and everything else in this house, and I'm just so ready for it. I'm so ready to meet my boys. It's not even funny. So this week for cravings, I have been craving raw shrimp and seaweed, and I've always loved seaweed. It's always been one of my favorite little snacks in the world, and I could actually eat that pretty much all day every day if I could. And I'm pretty sure I stated that in a video before, but I love my seaweed. And we'll probably go get some more tomorrow. But the raw shrimp, I want it so bad, but I know that I cannot have it because I'm pregnant and I want the boys to be as healthy as possible when they get here. So whenever I am able to eat shrimp again, or raw food or sushi or anything like that, I will most definitely be getting me some. As for symptoms, I feel like a lot of people come on here and when they're doing their pregnancy updates, they don't tell you the truth behind their pregnancy, like what's been going on. And like, I feel like they fake a lot of things, if that makes sense, or they hide a lot. This pregnancy, I have experienced that I pee myself anytime I sneeze or cough really hard. And since I have a head cold and an upper respiratory infection, I said that wrong, or starting to get one, I've been coughing a lot. But this past week, I have peed myself a lot. I was sitting on the couch one time, the bed one time, and then in the chair to do my schoolwork, and I had to get up, change, and then come back and clean the area I was sitting in because I had sneezed and peed. And then yesterday at Nevaeh's doctor's, I sneezed and I peed myself, and she pointed it out. So that was really, really embarrassing. But when you are pregnant with a singleton, or most definitely twins, you will pee yourself while you sneeze. Other symptoms that I'm having is the heartburn. I'm still having really bad heartburn. I have found a cure for it that I swear by, but I don't think I'm gonna have everything I need for it until after the boys get here, which sucks, but surprise to you when you're pregnant. But what I found out is if you use essential oil peppermint when you have heartburn, you will not get it. It will take care of that crap in a heartbeat. I am the type of person that even the mildest of mild food would give me extreme heartburn. And a really good friend of the family's pointed out, she does Young Living essential oils, which I'll be starting hopefully in the next 2 months or so. She gave me a peppermint tablet. So you get the tablets from any Earth Food store or health food store or anything like that. It's just a clear little tablet. You make your own medicine. She put essential oils in it with coconut oil, well, peppermint essential oil with coconut carrion oil, and gave it to me. I took it. I had no heartburn for like the next, I took it at 5, and I normally get heartburn really bad around 1 in the morning. Nothing. I was like, heaven. But I really need to look into that or try to get it before the boys get here. I've also learned that if I drink 3 to 4 8-ounce glasses of almond milk, I won't get heartburn, which to me is a lot of milk for one night of heartburn, especially since the carts are just like a half gallon, I think they're what's it called, and it drives me bonkers at times, but it's what I gotta do. But yeah, it's nowhere near as bad. I'm having hip pains, and that's driving me flipping bonkers because that crap hurts about as bad as the back pains did. And it's just, nothing really helps with it. And the stuff that did help with it, I kind of can't do anymore for reasons I'm not getting into. So it sucks, but it's well worth it in the end. I am having Braxton hits really, really bad. I have them pretty much daily, 4 to 6 times a day. So Braxton Hicks are officially, hello, I am here. And I'm feeling the babies move so much more. They're not as strong as a lot of people talk about them being, which kind of sucks, but they still have room to wiggle and jiggle and everything. So I figure the bigger they get, the more pain is going to come with them. I'm not saying they're not painful at times, because they most definitely are, but they are not painful every single time. So that's it for my symptoms and cravings and everything. So now for what has actually happened this week. So Saturday I had to go to the hospital because 8 o'clock Friday night I started having pains that was coming every 10 minutes. They started off at every 30 and they got down to every 10. And then they just stayed there, but they would get more and more painful. So I called my doctor while we was out of town, which was like 30-40 minutes away from my hospital. On Saturday, she's like, well, if you're in labor, we're just going to send you to the town when I was already in. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to that hospital and get checked. So I went in, and at the hospital I deliver at, if they know that you need fluids, they will do your blood work first and then go ahead and put in an IV so that you won't have to get stuck again. The hospital I went to this time did not do that, and it pissed me off so bad because they are supposed to be a high-risk hospital and do things differently from everyone I was told and even told by them. So, but that sucked. But let's see. They gave me fluids because I was extremely dehydrated. I'm still dehydrated, but I'm trying to get more hydrated. And with everything that's happened this week, it's been kind of hard because I'm not eating the way I'm supposed to right now, and I'm not drinking the way I'm supposed to, and it's not from the lack of trying. It's just because I have, for one, no appetite at all, and for two, I don't know, but I feel like I might be getting better at it. I'm definitely hungry right now, so after this video I'm going to go get me something to eat. But yeah, I was extremely dehydrated, so they stuck me for fluids. I don't know if you can see that little bitty dot right there, but they stuck me for fluids there. And then they wanted to do blood work because my urine was so potent and everything like that. And when I went in, my fingers were swollen and my ankles and feet were swollen and kind of pibbing a little bit, and that kind of got them thinking that I might have preeclampsia. So they stuck me for blood work. I was pissed because they stuck me in this arm 3 times, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see the bruises that I have, but they stuck me there, not 3 times, 2 times. They stuck me here 1 time, and then they stuck me on the top of this hand, all for blood work because they could not find my vein, and it pissed me off. But I came back that I do not have preeclampsia, which is awesome, but they are going to keep an eye on it every time I'm at the doctor's just to see if anything has changed with that. My blood pressure when I went in was 147. Does that sound right? Yeah, it was 147 over 70. And my heart rate was 103. And the doctor came in and he looked at it. He was like, is that for real? And the woman's like, yeah, she's been like that since she's came in. And they took my blood pressure like 4 or 5 times at that point, which is another reason he checked for preeclampsia. Let's see what else. They took my urine which is when they found out that I was dehydrated, but they told me that I had a UTI. And I'm one of the people that I am terrified of being catheterized. Like, it is just something I can't do. The thought of it hurts. The feel of it, I know, burns. And it's just like, some people don't like seeing people get their teeth pulled or cracked or anything like that. And I'm one of the people, if you can't tell. And it's one of them feelings, like, it's just something I cannot do. Well, they came in and I was like, well, you have a UTI, but we want to double check and give you a catheter. And I'm like, no, it's not happening. So they kind of got mad at me for that, or seemed like they were mad. But I'm just not going to do it. And in my paperwork for when I have C-sections or anything like that, they know, they have tried to catheterize me before my C-section or before I was numb, and I told them no, that they was not going to do that. So, and my doctor will back me up on it 100%, which is awesome. But they wanted to do that, and I told them no. So they got kind of irritated with me on that and figured I would deny other medical help, I guess. But I'm not one of the patients that really deny medical help. But if I feel like it's not necessary, I'm not going to do it, if that makes sense. But they sent me home telling me that I had to keep an eye on my preeclampsia, that I was dehydrated, and after I finished the bag of fluids, I was able to go home, and that I have a UTI. Well, I do not trust hospitals when they tell me I have a UTI, mostly because I have been to the hospital multiple times with all of my pregnancies, and them telling me almost every single time I have a UTI, and when I go to the doctor the following day or the next day, I do not have one at all. And I've also been to the hospital with extreme pain, and them telling me that I was actually in somewhat preterm labor with that one. They stopped my contractions and everything. But they told me I had no UTI for me to go to the doctor the following day, and them tell me that I don't only have a UTI, but I also have a really bad kidney infection. So I was admitted to the hospital then. So when it comes to the hospitals telling me I do or do not have a UTI, I do not believe them and automatically get checked by my OB, which is what I did today, but I'll get to that in a minute. So Thursday, I had an MFM appointment, and I told y'all that I was going to have one. I mentioned it in my last video. I went in, and they did all my measurements and everything, and the twins look amazing. Baby A, which is Brian, is weighing 3 pounds even, and baby B, Dominic, is weighing 3 pounds 14 ounces. So he is most definitely still our bigger baby. But after looking over all the fluids, their size difference and everything else, they have officially ruled out twin-to-twin transfusion. As in, they do not have it, and they do not see them getting it, which is flipping amazing. I have never been so excited about that in my life, because that was one of my biggest fears throughout my entire pregnancy. And for them to be like, it's ruled out, we don't think you're going to get it, and we know for right now they do not have it, it was such a relief, and I was like, thank God he really does answer prayers. So they did that, and then they do want me to go in starting not next week, but the following week. I'll go in twice a week for like checkups and things like that. But I have to go to the hospital for a non-stress test on Tuesdays, and then every Friday I have an ultrasound for growth and development of fluids and everything like that. At the start of all this, when they thought it could be twin-to-twin, I was at the twins had a 31% difference in between their growth. Well, that dropped down to 31% in 2 weeks, and in 2 more weeks it dropped down to 21%, which is flipping amazing. It is showing that baby A is most definitely catching up with his brother, so that's just like a blessing there, and it kind of makes me a little bit teary-eyed to know that both of my boys are okay. You would think how much is going on this week I wouldn't still have tears, but I do. So that was all for the midwife appointment, or not midwife, MFM appointment. I did have a doctor's appointment today, and I was supposed to have another ultrasound, but since I just had one yesterday, they felt that like that would be unnecessary. So he talked to me about everything. He set me up for my appointments. Like I said, I go in for NST on Tuesdays and then ultrasounds on Fridays. He said that the twins look amazing, and that they will most definitely keep a check on my blood pressure every time I come in. But as for anything else, he is no longer concerned about anything. He will not set up my C-section date until we are closer to time, because even if we say that we're going to take the twins on February 23rd, the twins can decide, oh, you want to do that? Nope, we're going to come out February 1st, if that makes sense. So we're trying to hold off on setting a date until closer to time. I'm not really sure what that was. So yeah, sorry about that. And I don't even remember what I was saying. But everything has looked good at the appointments and everything else, so they are not concerned about the twins at all. And everything's just going awesomely. So I'm going to show y'all my 31 week or 30 week and 4 day pregnancy belly. Okay, so this is with the shirt on. And this is with the shirt up. Oh, I did forget to mention how there was heads on this side and then wrapped around on both and then feet on this side. They're no longer like that. Brian is still head here, body, and then feet, while Dom is head here, body, and then feet. So they switched positions finally, and I look like I'm carrying a basketball pretty much 24/7 now. So so that is my 30 week update, and I will talk to y'all next week. Bye.